Welcome to the Chancellor's video blog. I'm Dr. Bruce Leslie, Chancellor of the Alamo Colleges. Last week we did a blog around the fantastic achievements that we've experienced and just announced last week. 224% increase over the last 10 years in the numbers of degrees and certificates awarded to our students. But I had a number of folks ask the question, was this a steady, progressive growth over that period of time, or did it accelerate at some particular point in our efforts? And the answer is it accelerated. So I thought we'd do another blog to show you this very fact. So if you'll see, in 2006, we had about 4,000 graduates that year. And when you actually extend it deeper towards 2000, we actually only had 2,000 to 3,000 graduates each year. Pretty steady over that period, that 6-year period, 2000 to 2006. And in 2006, you could see there was a little bit of improvement. Most of that was really related more to enrollment growth than it was to any particular strategies, because we were just starting to develop our strategic agenda, the board's policies, and all of the efforts that we've been involved in. But you can see here, starting around 2010, and in particular here in 2012, then the slope dramatically increases. And we are anticipating that slope is going to continue to go this way as a result of the strategies that we've invested. So let me talk a little bit about those strategies. Number one, we had to help everybody understand that for those students pursuing what we call a transfer degree, an Associate of Arts or an Associate of Science, a degree intended to actually transfer to a university as a 4-year baccalaureate degree, those students really are taking courses on behalf of that university, whichever university they choose to transfer to. So if they're going to UT San Antonio, the courses in the program they wish to pursue should be the courses that would transfer to UTSA. For those students who are going to Incarnate Word, same thing. It should be courses in whatever major the student is pursuing, but that would transfer to Incarnate Word so they can achieve the baccalaureate. Problem we had, and we were fairly unusual in this actually, we had majors here, and so students took courses to achieve the major at the Alamo Colleges, many of which did not transfer to any of our universities. So it was a barrier to student success. So a couple of years ago, the board eliminated the majors. We now have what we call pre-majors, because we've always wanted students to know what it is they want to pursue. And frankly, the research says those students who know are more likely to succeed and achieve their degree. So if a student knows he or she wants to be a nurse, or wants to be a teacher, or wants to be an engineer, they're going to be more successful than a student who doesn't really know. And we had a default here. If a student didn't know, we generally put them in a general education program, general studies, or liberal arts program. And unfortunately, so many of those students never really completed their degrees. So we have thousands of students that just dropped out. But those students in a particular program stayed. And so our whole issue here was about what strategies can we use to keep students coming, attending, and completing and achieving their degree, and then ultimately, for those who wish, to transfer successfully with the majority of their courses to achieve their baccalaureate degree. All right. But then we started to initiate several really specific programs. Number one, we totally revised our advising program. It was a pretty traditional, student had a need to talk to somebody, they could drop into the counseling center, but there was no imperative to do so, and frankly, most students didn't. So they were being advised by their boyfriend or girlfriend or a member of the family, rather than with a faculty member or with an advisor. So we created a whole system of advisors, 12-month professional people who are now trained and they're certified advisors, and we have a series of milestones that each student must achieve during their journey with us, and the advisors keep the student on track with doing that. So by the 15th hour, they have to declare what program of study they want to pursue. By the 30th hour, they have to declare what university they want to transfer to, that type of thing. The second thing that we've done is we've totally revamped our whole Onramp program, what we call Alamo Enroll. So put a lot of energy and effort into making it more effective for students to get admitted to the Alamo colleges, but into the program of their choice. And that way it helps us also better plan and provide the courses in the sequence that the students need. An outgrowth of that is our third program that we call Alamo Institutes. And we're actually part of a national effort to create clear pathways for students when they come to us through the Alamo colleges and then on through the universities. Now, HB 5 was passed a couple of years ago, which provides those same pathway idea for high school students. So we've mapped all of our high schools. We have over 100 high schools we work with each of our 6 Alamo Institutes. And last week we signed a compact with 9 universities in the area to align then all their courses they require for the baccalaureate back to the Alamo College's courses, so the student's major will transition effectively to whichever university they choose to attend. So we started with a 9 and we'll be extending that over the years. Now, we have a whole host of other strategies around developmental education, around financial aid, around academic support programs, around student support programs. So a whole series of strategies all working together. The biggest one that we instituted is one called the 4 Disciplines of Execution, 4DX. We implemented this 2 years ago. We have over 400 teams of faculty and staff, administrators, even students, all working together to help drive this slope up to achieve the 12,000 and obviously on to the next level. So as you can see, we've had a lot of very intentional, deliberate, collaborative, disciplined strategies working collaboratively to help each student feel welcome, to feel at home. And we have a program that we call Welcome Home in order to help students feel they belong here, because the research says students who feel that they are welcome, that they belong, particularly students of color, are going to be more successful. So everything we're doing now is very intentional around ensuring students are comfortable, they're welcome, they're knowledgeable about what their experiences are, they're ready the first day of class, another program that we initiated both for students and for faculty, and a whole series of special projects totally revising and revamping our curriculum, our advising system, our Onramp system, et cetera. So that's how we're doing it, and you can expect to see a lot more from the Alamo colleges. Thanks for joining the Chancellor's video blog. Look forward to talking to you next week.